Welcome to SEC Football Live here on the 440 Sports Network. That is Trey Wallace of Fox Sports, Fox News, News Corp, Outkick, all of the above, providing excellent coverage of the World Cup 2026 in America. I'm Braden Gall, and we are brought to you by good local craft beer, Tennessee Brew Works, of course, downtown Nashville. Great elite beer, great music, great food. Go hang out at Tennessee Brew Works. If you're watching World Cup soccer or anything else, replays of 2006 Florida Gators games, I don't know. Make sure you go watch and hang out at Tennessee Brew Works. Well, I was thinking about the history because what we're going to do today on the show.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you explain what's happening in Congress quickly.
Okay.
And we are going to, I don't know what, are we going to just rant about how this Brendan Sorsby thing never needed to happen in the first place? But we'll get to that because now it's
I've
over.
got my thoughts. I mean, I can give you background on how this started. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. They got a tip. Yeah. They got an NCAA.
Well, no, I mean, whatever. Yeah, we'll get into it.
But it's over because Brendan Sorsby is now no longer playing college football. After all of that, after all of the drama, after all the spilled ink and opinions, Brendan Sorsby not going to play at Texas Tech this year, mostly because like the rest of college football was like, we don't want to play you now.
Texas Tech
in any sport,
essentially pissing off everybody and their mother. Jeffrey Kessler doing the same. The Attorney General for Texas.
I was going to say, and Ken Paxton stepping in it apparently. So we'll get to all of this. All right, but what I want to do on the show today, for the sake of fun, is I want to try to compare SEC football teams to World Cup teams that are playing, and I want to see if you think I'm close. I got a list. I've got every SEC football team as a team in the World Cup this year, and I'm going to give you those names, and you can kind of tell me where I'm wrong, tell me where I'm right. Sound good?
As somebody that has been to one World Cup in their time and does follow the sport, I think I'm down for this. I think I can pull it off. We're going to find out.
Okay. All right. So make sure you go check out good local craft beer, Tennessee Brew Works. We also have Yazoo Brewing Company and East Nashville Beer Works, but Tennessee Brew Works downtown is amazing. Spectacular place. If you're an SEC fan and you're coming into town for any event, music or sports, make sure you swing by Tennessee Brew Works. It's right there by Third Man Records, so you can walk next door and check out Jack White's studio. Very cool. So go check them out. All right. And check out all of Trey's work all across. So, okay. Brendan Sorsby. So I'm going to try to give you the Cliff Notes version of what happened. He is basically told, hey, the judge gives him the injunction. You and I covered it last week on the show. He's allowed to play after the 2-game suspension. Then Texas Tech goes on this PR campaign where they're posting bizarro videos and doing all this weird stuff and like, oh, it's okay. And then everyone else around Texas Tech is trying to figure out how they can either remove them from the schedule, penalize them, legally take action, every possible way to attack or affect Texas Tech in some way, which leads to Ken Paxton, who is a candidate for the Senate in Texas right now. I think he's the Attorney General, right?
Yes.
Basically saying, you better stay away from Texas Tech. If you go after Texas Tech, we're going to go after you, which apparently, as a non-legal expert, which apparently opened up the door for the Big 12 and a bunch of other entities to file this incredibly creative lawsuit late on Monday. Was it Monday night or Sunday night? Sunday night?
It was Monday morning at 1 a.m.
So Sunday night, Monday morning at like 1 a.m. saying, like, if you can't allow us to do our jobs, then we're going to sue your ass. Am I right about how like this is all? And then so Texas Tech then says, and Brendan Sorsby says like the next day, like 6 hours later or whatever, they're like, oh, we've decided to mutually part ways.
Oh, and by the way, this came after a meeting, I was told, on Sunday between Tech officials in the athletic department, the president, and Brendan Sorsby, essentially saying, hey, man, we're still in this? Yeah, we're still in. Let's roll. Let's go. Let's continue fighting. At the same time, they knew that the Big 12 was putting together a lawsuit in a way. Like, you knew the Big 12 was about to come out with something. That's why Ken Paxton came out with that statement last week saying, we're going to go after you if you do this, blah, blah, blah. And then don't forget the other part. Jeffrey Kessler, essentially representing Texas Tech, says, if you come after Texas Tech is going to sue you as well. It's not just Brendan. So it's like, whoa. And then you had Cody Campbell, who appeared on the Dan Dockett show last week, he's making a correlation between the Penn State fallout with Jerry Sandusky and the Brendan Sorsby case. And I'm like, they've lost the plot. Like they've lost their minds here. Like this makes zero sense. Cody Campbell got put under a little pressure from Dockage, and he was scrambling in that interview. And I was like, man, this is horrible PR. Like, what are y'all doing? Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. And then they put out the hostage video.
It's like, what is like 4 dudes around a table
last Thursday, and I'm thinking, what is this? Like, so okay, weird. You set up electronic tracking on his phone that every single college athlete has already on their phone to track if they're gambling. Like, okay, what are you cutting out his entertainment time past 11 o'clock? Like, this is ridiculous. And so, it got to a point. I'll give you like a brief 2-minute rundown here. It got to a point on Monday where, and by the way, Brendan Sorsby had already received a good chunk of his money that was given to him, that was promised to him through the contract with Texas Tech. That had already been done.
$3 million, right?
Around 3.1. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, $3 million. I wasn't trying to be a smart. Yeah, around $3 million. He'd already been given.
Sound like my 9-year-old. 3.1, Dad.
Right. So he was owed around like 1.2 left on the deal. But I love how Cody Campbell came out and said, yeah, we're not going to go after any of the money that was already spent on Brendan Sorsby. Essentially, you can have it. Yeah. Okay. What are you going to do? You're going to take him to court and sue him to get the money back? Like, no, you were going to take this. And by the way, like this should have been done in April. They should have exercised the moral clause in April when they found out the NCAA is investigating and gone their separate ways from Sorsby. And they had the right to do that, by the way, and they didn't.
I am so utterly fascinated with the not politics like the traditional sense of the word.
Yeah.
But like the game you had to play and the calculus you had to go through. Like you're going to learn all this stuff. You're going to know all this stuff if you're Texas Tech. And you're like, no, we're going to die on this hill. This is the hill we're going to die on. And they proceed to continue dying on the hill, but they keep winning. And so they're keeping him around because I guess he's that good, and you're all in on this. And then like with one tiny little law brief, like now I know it was like 40 plus pages.
Don't forget the NCAA, they timed it up perfectly with the Big 12 because they were working together, where the NCAA filed their like appeal complaint in the appeals court in Amarillo to say, hey, we want an expedited hearing. And also, by the way, we'd love an injunction. They did this all together. Like this is the perfect plan by both of them.
And that's like the one thing that I don't love about this is that I don't love the idea of, a judge that is outside of sports making a ruling, which we all, Tennessee fans are like, no, great, make the ruling. Ole Miss judge says, yes, Trinidad Shambles can come back. Everyone's like, yeah, way to go, judge. Like, I don't love the idea of that happened. That's what happened to Texas Tech, right? And so what I don't love is these folks who aren't inside sports trying to just like follow the law to some degree.
Okay.
And then the rest of the conference, like if this had happened in the SEC and this was happening at Tennessee, let's say, and a Tennessee judge had said, no, he can play after a 3-game suspension or whatever. What I don't love is the entire conference just saying, well, wait a second, that's not right. Even though I disagree with the ruling, and even though I disagree with Brendan Sorsby playing football, and even though I think it's insane that a person can gamble on his own team and still play football, and that the excuse that works is I was an addict, I think all of that is insane. I don't love the idea of the NCAA and all the other teams and the conferences sort of ganging up to sort of like, how can we legally find a loophole to attack Texas Tech, this one school, because they are doing a bunch of it feels like they're attacking Texas Tech for their investment in their sports, not just the Brendan Sorsby thing. And that doesn't sit right with me for some reason. But also, I don't think Brendan Sorsby should be playing football, right?
I mean, I don't disagree with you like 20%, 30% of what you said. But at the same time, Texas Tech, like I said earlier, could have gotten out of this if they'd wanted to.
I hear you.
Forward. And also, it's like we talked about last week. They were about to make the Big 12 look like fools for the entire season if Sorsby was on the sideline. like Big 12 media days, it was all going to be about Sorsby.
Yeah, it was going to be chaos.
Right. It was going to be chaos. And here's the thing, too. When you had the Texas Attorney General come out and threaten the conference and the NCAA and whatnot, you didn't have to go that far. I mean, Cody Campbell's out here saying, hey, I'm going to sue everybody and my mother if I have to be able to make this happen. And by the way, I'm doing this for the good of college football. Please go support the Protect College Football Act or Protect College Sports Act. It's like, pick one, bro. Like you, and here, oh man. All right. So I usually just can go off on this show and not worry about repercussions. So I'll say this, Cody Campbell's statement last night was full of shit. Excuse my language. He wanted to talk about the Protect College Sports Act for 18 of the 22 paragraphs that were in that long statement. And then he wants to talk about Brendan Sorsby. Like I agree with some of the things Cody Campbell does. I think him making that about himself really threw me off last night. I didn't. And then Texas Tech releases a statement through the university and says, well, Cody Campbell provided an update to Brendan Sorsby situation, but here's our quick comment. Why is Cody Campbell speaking for Texas Tech athletics? I don't care that he's the chair of the Board of Regents.
They're one in the same now.
Why is he the face of Texas Tech athletics?
He calls the shots.
I get that. He's the money guy. I understand it, but you're literally allowing this guy to be your voice. And by the way, it was funny. I know we're going to get into this topic, but last night, I don't know what time it is because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, but last night when the announcement was made about Sorsby, 5 minutes later, Senators Cruz, Cantwell, and those involved in the Protect College Sports Act released their revised legislation. It's all together.
Is that legislation with amendments from the House, or is it just the Senate debate that's still taking place?
Well, that's amendments, and I just got something from a source about that. This is essentially what I was told by multiple people last night was this was a revised bill. So essentially,
still hasn't passed the Senate yet.
Right. Take the first one off the plate that you saw a week and a half ago, and go about it with this one. But there was only like 2 or 3 changes made to it. So it is what it is. But that process starts on Wednesday.
All right. Well, that's the next.
They essentially said the SEC and the Big Ten, we're not listening to you when it comes to media rights, Brewing, and everything else, which is fine.
And I have no idea. Like this Sorsby thing, it feels like I feel like a parent talking to a kid who's like, "Guys, this is an accident, and it's an accident that could have been avoided. So you're going to take the blame for this." And it just looks so stupid that this is where it ended. It ended with all of this, which is sort of how it should have begun in the first place. And I don't like whatever. Like I wish him luck. I hope he isn't a gambling addict, and I hope he plays in the NFL. I'm not anti Brendan Sorsby, but it's like this whole thing is just so dumb that this is how it ended up. And so I'm done with it. Last one for you before we talk actually fun stuff here, and that is
okay. Well,
I'm going to say, what is the latest on the bill? And it sounds like there are some revised amendments that are changing the language of the bill before it goes to a vote in the Senate. Is that where we're at on this?
Yeah, I wanted to add one more quick thing on the Sorsby front. I think they finally made a decision where it's like, this is not worth it. And I mean that from the Sorsby side. No, the Sorsby side.
Both of them. All of them.
Right. But both of them did. Right. But I'm saying that.
No, that's my point, Trey. None of this is worth it to any of them.
No, none of it was. And my whole philosophy on that was just take 6 or 7 months off, get prepared, go to the Senior Bowl, show out, do whatever you need to do, move on. Okay, so that's wrapped up.
Go try to make a training camp. Go to a training camp. Who knows?
Right.
Is he allowed to? I don't know what you're allowed to do. I don't know.
There'll be something along that if he's drafted. I will say this too. The money he got, good. You get to walk away with it. That's fine. And then at the same time, I'm not very familiar with the NFL supplemental draft, to be honest with you. So I don't know, but I know the NFL has to approve that he gets drafted. So in Protect College Sports Act, you asked what kind of changes.
Well, just like what's the latest, and we don't have to spend too much time on it. So
okay, the latest is they've taken Olympic sports and women's sports out of the media rights section and given them their own section. Best way to put it, saying that, hey, look, if you make a revenue, if you're program has a revenue over $80 million a year, you have to abide by all the rules and keeping all the roster spots and not be, you can't get rid of a program on a dime like Arkansas tried to do with the tennis program. That's essentially what it is. If you're making revenue of $80 million. As for the pooling rights of media rights, pooling of media rights, that still stays where it's at. So it's still voluntary, but they did not take in anything as to what Petiti and Greg Sankey said about how there's still being, essentially loopholes, how this could still end up, in a courtroom. And then there was no really revisions to athletes being able to sue the schools for certain things that they feel that are wrong, if they are wrong when it comes to a contract or whatnot. So, I mean, those were the three big ones. If I looked at it, there are going to be amendments that are voted on starting on Wednesday, and we'll see where we're at come Thursday. I mean, like, that's all there is to it. Like, they're either going to vote this, get enough votes, make it look good enough for the SEC and the Big Ten to say, okay, cool, we'll get behind it, or they're just moving forward without both conferences. To that, I say Godspeed.
It looks like the deadline for the supplemental draft this year is June 22nd, and it sounds like Sorsby's already applied. So he'll be in the supplemental draft. What happens is I think you lose a pick that corresponds to next year's draft. And so like it's all just about whether or not he's worth the draft pick. And I assume that he will be for somebody probably later. And so that's
why there are some teams that will continue to pass on a pick until it gets to like the fourth round,
and then they'll take him.
And then they'll take him because it doesn't affect.
And I don't think it's 1-for-1. I don't think it's like a first round pick and supplementals a first. I think it might be, there might be some stagger there. So I'm not sure. We can double check that. Unless it's a direct correspondence, and then in which case you're probably not going to go until at least the fourth round on him, because you're not going to give up a fourth round pick for a player that's got sort of quote unquote baggage.
Coach Rick Neuheisel thinks he goes to Arizona.
That's possible. I think it's like a 4th, 5th, 6th round somewhere in there. Yeah. But I think he absolutely gets drafted. I mean, he probably would have been a 3rd or 4th round pick, maybe a 5th round pick this year had he come out of the draft. So good quarterback class.
If you're Texas Tech, can you go back to the Big 12 and say, hey guys, everything's fine now? Like, we're okay. Let's get back on talking terms. Let's go on a date.
No, you're asking the right question about like how are the relationships? And if they were smart, Texas Tech and the Big 12, they would bury the whole thing. Just say it's over with, bury the hatchet, and move forward, because they need each other.
Oh, I did.
Texas Tech needs the Big 12 to make sure the schedules are good and be healthy, and the Big 12 needs Texas Tech because they're the biggest spender right now, kind of pulling other teams into competition. So,
by the way, here's the last thing on that. I did see a filing that was done late last night in the Texas court system, where essentially they're saying, hey, Brendan Sorsby, you have to pay for all our attorney fees for the NCAA.
Well, so he's got sounds like $1.9 million
he had 3.2.
No, I thought you said he only got.
Oh, no.
He still owed like $1 million.
They still owed him like $1 million. He was still owed.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
So it was like a $4.5 million deal.
Yeah. And what do you want to do? Go to another courtroom to get your money back? Like, no.
I got you. All right.
DJ Lagway situation where you can set up a payment plan for the University of Florida in this Lamborghini.
If you are in Nashville and you're watching World Cup matches, please go check out East Nashville Beer Works. They got a watch party coming up on Friday for the USA match. Make sure you check out East Nashville Beer Works in East Nashville, but also out in Wilson County. So if you're watching our boys try an encore performance for what was the greatest night of U.S. men's soccer in the history of my life, if you want to see the encore, make sure you swing by East Nashville Beer Works and in East, where they have THC bevies and liquor license as well to go with their great beer and food. They got the big projection screen out there. You can bring your dog. They got the playground for kids. It's great. Then they have an enormous one, like a cathedral to local craft beer out there in Wilson County by Mount Juliet. So just if you're out there, they'll be watching the match on Friday as well. So that's Friday afternoon. So check out East Nashville Beer Works as well as Tennessee Brew Works. And if you're in Madison, go swing by Yazoo Brewing Company.
Go catch a little THC buzz.
Dude.
This state, by the way,
you don't wake up with a hangover. It's great.
THC laws that they're getting rid of. I don't know. I read something.
Well, you can still July 1st. You're not going to be able to buy flour in shops. Don't ask me why I know all this.
I know you can't buy the bud. You can't buy the perp.
You'll be able to buy the gummies and the food and the drinks and everything, but only at liquor stores, because now the ABC is in charge of THC, which is weird.
This state is so backwards.
But anyway.
Whatever.
All right. Here, let's do this. Let's have some fun.
Here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to try.
I'm World Cup happy, by the way. Like I was on cloud 9.
Dude, Friday night was like I didn't go to bed till like 12:30. I could not go to sleep.
I even had my dad texting me about it. I'm like, you're a what? Okay, cool, man.
I am going to try to quickly explain why I have a team in the SEC tied to a World Cup team, and you tell me if it works. Okay, we can make adjustments as we go, but I want you to tell me what you think. I think France has to be Georgia. France is the best team. France is, in my opinion, the pick to win the whole thing. They've been to 3 straight, I think, championships in the World Cup. They lost to Argentina. They, of course, beat Croatia in 2018. They've been to at least back-to-back. They've won 2 titles in the last little bit here, in 98 and then in 2018. They are the premier program and franchise. And so I don't know how that's not still the Georgia Bulldogs. Am I wrong for saying that?
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong for allowing France to take that spot and Georgia to be correlated. I think that kind of fits. There is a chance that somebody grabs an upset on France, Ole Miss. But we're going to see. Right. Like, no, I think you kind of hit it. Top dog, no pun intended, France.
And there's some hippies in Athens, and I having just been to Paris, there's some.
What are you flexing for?
There's some cigarette smoke and some arrogance about France that I think Georgia walks around like a little air of like, oh, we're God's gift to the SEC. So look, they are an elite team with the best players, and so I just think that it's hard not to call that Georgia. I don't know. Hard to call that. Okay. So that means, in my opinion, the other team that is the favorite to win the World Cup would be the other team that's the favorite to win the SEC. They both have 1 championship in the last, 30 years. Texas won theirs in 2006. Spain won theirs in 2010. They've won a lot of conference championships and not a lot of world championships. A lot of Big 12 titles, a lot of Euro championships for Spain. They have arguably the best player in the entire sport in Lamine Yamal, as well as Arch Manning potentially. Lots of weapons, tons of talent, tons of history. Never quite achieved the championship level success that they're supposed to, but they are a favorite this year to win the whole thing. And Spain's already underachieved. So Texas is Spain.
Yes, I agree, because they can also hit you with that bad performance, aka Mississippi State and Kentucky from last year, and
Cape Verde yesterday.
Cape Verde. How many pissed off Spain fans were inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium yesterday?
Well, Yamal didn't even play either till the end. So
so what's going on here? I tend to agree with you. They can get lackadaisical a little bit, try to catch you at the end, but Cape Verde held on. So I'm agreeing you with the Texas spot.
Okay, so here's the next debate here. So I'm gonna add Bama to this because then we have to talk about the little sisters here, the little brothers in Auburn and A&M. All right. So I have Bama as Argentina.
Oh wow!
But I think you could also have them as Germany. So let's discuss this. Here's my rationale for Argentina. The GOAT is on his way out. Messi won the cup in 2022. That's about when Saban walked away. Now, Messi is playing this year, but we don't know how good Messi's going to be. He is the greatest of all time. Saban's the greatest of all time. They both have the GOAT. They both have the rings. They both have the accomplishments, but I'm not sure what their future holds for both Alabama and Argentina, because as Messi leaves, like Saban did, there's going to be questions about now. Argentina's still loaded. Bama still loaded.
Yeah.
But without Messi, without Saban, what are they? That's why I went with them. Otherwise, it's like Germany. They have an identity crisis. They haven't won anything in 10 years. They're really, really great in every aspect, and they're kind of boring, bland, and generic, which is sort of how I think of Alabama these days. And Germany, not a top 5 or 8 team in this tournament. They're kind of a lesser version of themselves. Still great, but lesser version of themselves. So that's the argument for Germany. So which one do you like better?
Germany.
Okay.
Germany. No,
Germany's Bama?
Yeah, I mean, I understand your argument, but I feel like this is a spot where Dang it! Now you got me thinking too hard on this.
That's the whole point.
I know that. I know that. I know that. I know that.
I really struggle with Bama because Bama is
Bama's
to me
a tough one, man. Because like I get what you're talking about with the GOAT and whatnot, and the team involved. Like,
and the future is uncertain,
right?
You know?
The future is uncertain. Like, I get that part. Oh man.
So here's who I had Germany as.
I'm still gonna go with. Yeah, I think I'm still going.
Okay, I had Germany as Oklahoma. Like pretty good, pretty balanced defense and offense.
They've won titles in the past.
They've won lots of titles in many different eras.
Right. Yes.
Which is, Germany won the World Cup in 54, in 74, in 90. Yeah. Like they were they've been dominant. They did win it in 2014, but that's only one modern title for Germany, which I would say.
Okay, that's what we're doing this.
I would say Oklahoma only has one modern title, 2000. That's it. So they only have one modern title. And that this year they're good, but not great. And that Oklahoma is really good, but I don't think they're great. I think they're like 9-3. And I think Germany is sort of like, this is not the best German team that we've ever seen.
No.
And a couple injuries for Germany cost them coming into the tournament. Mateer got hurt last year. So that was my Germany. Also, I feel like Brent Venables' Oklahoma is fairly bland. Not in a bad way, but just like bland. And I find Germany to play a very bland version of the sport. Very fundamentally sound.
There's a lot of like excitement around. There's excitement, but also it's kind of regional excitement.
Yeah.
For Germany.
Yeah. That was my argument. That was my argument. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that you're wrong.
And there was a split there. Germany had to come back together with the other Germany. Tear down that wall and, hold the whole, like, now we're in the SEC and that whole deal. So I don't know. Maybe I'm shoehorning that one in a bit. I don't know.
I think you're shoehorning a little bit, but I'm kind of flowing with you here on the Germany Oklahoma thing.
Okay.
Like,
so let's continue.
Where you're coming from.
Here's one that no one's going to argue with.
Oh,
LSU is Brazil.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Not even close.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Colorful, passionate, flamboyant, championships, talent, gorgeous everything, food, beaches, women.
Yes.
Brazil and LSU are a match made in heaven, in my opinion.
That is correct. You have hit it. Okay. And there are camera folks that know exactly what to do with Brazil and LSU fans.
Like,
right. I 100% agree with you. And even the coach and the pompousness of the team, like, I agree. 100%.
Right. It's about the
I bet they even do yoga. I'm not gonna lie.
It's about the passion and the flamboyance. Like the way Brazil plays the game is how LSU tailgates. Like that is what that, like, to me, those are like two of my favorite versions of their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like LSU's tailgates are the best. Brazilian style of playing the game with so much flair and personality is those are the same to me. And they're just both extremely colorful fan bases and uniforms.
When you brought up Brazil, it reminded me of the Robin Williams skit that he did from New York City Radio City Music Hall, where he was talking about soccer and he was talking about Brazil. You just need to go look it up. Just look it up, folks. I promise.
Bing, bang, bang, bing, bing, bang.
That's it. Yes. Bingo. Yes. That's it. That's it. Yes.
His skit on golf is
that's so
spectacular.
Good. That's so good. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so it's like pool. No, we're gonna put the whole hundreds of yards away.
You're gonna hit it with this one club?
Oh, so it's like bowling. No, you're gonna do it 18 fucking times.
That was the best stand-up, dude.
And we're gonna call it a stroke because every time you swing, you feel like you're gonna fucking die.
That was such a dang good.
I've watched that a few times, I guess. Yeah. All right. So
LSU 9 water bottles on the stool.
He was like, that dude was coked out of his mind. He was coked out of his mind
that night.
France is Georgia, Spain is Texas, LSU is Brazil. We're kind of still debating the other ones, but those three are done. Here's the thing, though: if Spain is Texas. Then I feel like we got to talk Texas A&M, because really that would make them Portugal, a chaotic little brother who's never really been as good as Spain. Like that's sort of what A&M could be in this analogy. Now I have A&M as England because England hasn't won a cup since 1966. They constantly slip up short and cannot finish the deal in any way. They can't win Euros. They can't win the World Cup. but they have this old feel of like old college football and tons of resources and money and enormous, fan base and passion and people that are just desperate for a win. So I went with England as A&M, but I also could see Portugal because Portugal is sort of like Spain's little brother when it comes to soccer, and clearly A&M is Texas's little brother. So,
but England doesn't have Texas A&M doesn't have the same history as England.
They have really good eras of football.
I mean, are we talking current era? That's what I'm getting at.
No, it's like the whole. I'm kind of
okay,
look, Trey. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay?
I know it doesn't. I'm just trying to correlate things here. All right. Yes.
Like who would be England in like?
Who's Harry Kane?
Honestly, Bama could be England.
Johnny Manziel.
Sure.
Rooney
or Marcel Reed. I don't know.
Rooney. Yeah.
I mean, England is absolutely filthy loaded with talent.
Yes.
And they have not won any. And they have not won anything since before integration. And that is sort of how I feel with A&M. Unlimited resources, extraordinary talent, can't figure out how to finish the deal.
Okay, I'm actually flowing with you on that one. I'll be honest with you. You caught me off guard at first, but I think I can sit with it.
Okay, so let's keep going here. We'll see if there's any ones that just are like,
yeah, because I think that you're leaving off some schools here, so I think we're going somewhere.
Ole Miss is Morocco.
Oh, good Lord.
All of Morocco's roster wasn't born in Morocco.
That's
They also made it to the Final Four of the last World Cup.
I'm dying here.
Final Four last World Cup. You follow me here?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
A couple of major stars on offense.
Yeah.
A transfer roster that made it to the Final Four with some stars on offense. I feel like Ole Miss and Morocco are one and the same. And Morocco, of course, just tied Brazil 1-1 in a bit of an upset. So some rivalry in the group with LSU.
Rivalry. I don't think they needed the National Guard for that one.
I'm feeling good about Morocco as Ole Miss. I'm feeling good.
I like Morocco. I'm not going to lie. What I saw from them the other night. Okay. Yes.
Very fun team.
That is such a interesting comparison, man. When you hit me with that, none of them are from Morocco. That threw me off a little bit. That was actually really good.
They have like 9 of their 11 starters were not born in Morocco.
I read that. That is okay. Yeah. So I tend to agree with you on that one because maybe that's the most outlandish portal squad, I guess. Best.
Okay. All right. So
here's LSU.
This one is, I think there's some good overlap, but also I also think there's just an obvious comp here, and that is that they're both the Big Orange.
Oh,
Netherlands is Tennessee. They
always show up fan base wise.
Enormous fans,
stadiums,
enormous fan base, incredibly talented roster, always really good, and kind of when they're good, like now their '98 championship for football actually doesn't jive with the Netherlands having never really won the World Cup. They've never won the World Cup, but that they literally are called the Orange. Like their Orange is their nickname. Orange is the other nickname. They're covered in orange. They're both very, very good, very talented, very proud tradition. And here's the twist I'm going to shoehorn in. The Dutch are credited with like a lot of innovative stuff around changing the game of soccer strategically from a scheme standpoint.
Okay.
Total football, as they call it.
Oh, I know where you're going here.
And so you could go Josh Heupel's offense if you want to talk modern.
Yeah.
But never good enough to win a championship, like the Netherlands.
That is true.
Or you could go back to like Nealand and the way he changed the way, because that's kind of the era of this old stuff. That the way that Nealand changed the way rosters in the game was kind of played when he was coaching back there. So I don't know. Just that one, it might be as simple as orange.
I don't know. It might also be as simple as having a roster or a team that can catch you off guard at any time, but also at the same time might not be good enough to win the whole thing.
That's right. They are
and they do have a fan base that obviously you've seen the videos. We've all seen the videos that can take over,
travel like crazy,
opposing stadiums, travel like crazy. It's going to be a great time. They might lose, but they're still going to take over. I'm agreeing with you with the Netherlands and Tennessee.
Okay,
I don't base mine just off color.
Not racist. That's fair, but like I don't think it's racist to call them orange. All right, so I had Florida, and I can't remember what I texted you Florida as, but I've changed it. I think I Here's Florida now. They're Italy. Italy has won multiple championships, multiple World Cups.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Yeah.
But they are way down right now.
Yeah.
And they are out of the World Cup, but they are a proud program. Fascinating political, socioeconomic dynamics in the country of Italy. Crazy, weird, fun, awesome place. Florida, crazy, weird, fun, awesome place. High level of quality for Italy. When they're good, they are as good as any country in the world. They win championships. And when they're bad, they miss the World Cup altogether. And I think that is as Florida can get. It
kind of looks like some areas of Florida as well. So
yeah, they both are a panhandle,
right?
Or they're both a peninsula hanging out there in the ocean.
A little bit of Old City thrown in there.
That's right. St.
Augustine.
Yeah, that's right.
They have buildings that look like Mar-a-Lago.
Rome.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of flowing with you here.
Okay. So far, so good.
Didn't John Summerall say he wanted to go to Italy or something before he had to take the job at Florida? I think they had like a planned vacation. So they're going
through a total reboot.
Yes.
That's not even the name of that's not even the shape of the country.
No.
All right. So then here's what I did. Then this is where we could kind of fuzz some stuff if we wanted to. Auburn is Portugal. I've got Auburn as Portugal. They are always more talented than you think they are.
Okay.
They always have better players than you think they are. But they're sort of this little brother syndrome with like a little bit of chaos in the front office / organization of the country. You know, Ronaldo is just too much of Ronaldo. And I don't know if that's like Cam Newton. I don't know who the Ronaldo is in Auburn's story. I don't know who that would be, but for some reason there's a chaos element to Portugal that I think exists with Auburn, and there's a little brother syndrome that exists with Auburn and with Portugal, and they're never as good as the big brother, even if the big brother in this case is not necessarily like their real actual big brother would be Spain. And so Spain would have to be Bama for the analogy to be perfect. But I just think they're more talented than you think. They're better than you think, but they're too chaotic and crazy to actually be consistently great enough to win. And Auburn Auburn probably wins more at a higher level than Portugal does in general. But I think Portugal's got a couple of Euro championships with Ronaldo.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm
trying to figure out who would be Ronaldo. I guess
that's the one.
I guess
that's the one.
I guess I would go with Cam.
Honestly, Ronaldo would be Johnny Manziel if we wanted to make Portugal Texas A&M, and then Ronaldo is Manziel.
That's a good point. Yeah,
and then A&M is the little brother to Spain. So
right. I'm going to go with you there, just as long as the Portugal team stays in Opelika.
Who else? Who else would Auburn be? That's the question. So,
USA. Just completely getting our hopes up every single year and blowing it at the end, or not even making the playoff.
But Auburn's good enough to win championships, and then England. We got to put England somewhere then.
Yeah, no. I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like,
let's finish this up and see if we're
Canada too.
Let's finish this up and see if we can
block. All right, go ahead.
We'll finish this up and we'll see if we can get anywhere else with this stuff.
Okay.
All right, Arkansas. I have Arkansas, Uruguay. So here's why. Uruguay won 2 championships, 2 World Cup championships, 1930 and 1950. That's about when Arkansas won their national championships.
Who is the Suarez?
Bobby Petrino. They have about 12 years ago, they had a major controversy.
There you go.
Some craziness happened, and
a lot of biting.
Somebody was probably biting somebody else. Who knows? I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. But great fans. Really passionate history with the sport. Really always good, but never really a chance to win anything now.
And they probably do play volleyball in Uruguay.
Uruguay is probably, I'm going to just brush that off. Uruguay is actually probably better at soccer than Arkansas is at football. So it that might be where the comp breaks down. But Uruguay won championships, so did Arkansas. So
over the past number of years, yeah.
But
I mean,
like Uruguay's a top 12 team. They're ahead of USA and Mexico right now, and Arkansas is not. But I will say, as we work our way down these rankings, we're getting pretty close.
We're getting a little iffy here.
South Carolina.
Oh boy.
South Carolina. East Nashville Beer Works, Tennessee Brew Works, and Yazoo Brewing Company up on the river. Make sure you check out Yazoo Brewing Company up on the river in Madison. Great place to have a beer.
Leave me hanging like that.
South Carolina is Mexico. elite home field advantage.
Yes, great.
Great fans who border on a little insane and a little crazy. And
it's almost like walking into Azteca Stadium.
Estadio Azteca is a crazy place to go.
Popping
Very similar to Williams.
For the visiting fans, yes.
Do they allow birds to fight in Mexico?
Yes, there is cockfighting. There it is.
They got a couple of crazy good stars, but Mexico, generally speaking, very volatile, up and down. Sometimes they're really, really good. Sometimes they're not so good. Very much South Carolina. I think South Carolina is Mexico. What do you think?
I don't disagree with you. You make the correlation between a number of different things, and I think it works. I think South Carolina, I think Williams-Brice is an underrated, tough place to play on the road.
Great home field advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was about to say something else. But yes, they're ineptness sometimes to win a big game, thrown in there.
Oh, just wait. I'm getting to USA in a second.
Yeah, I was waiting on this.
Because the only knockout game the USA's ever won is over Mexico. So hang tight. We'll talk about sunglasses.
I don't disagree with you on Mexico, South Carolina. It is a weird one, but yes. Proceed.
Missouri is Croatia.
Yeah.
Constantly overachieving.
Both of them.
Constantly overachieving, kind of maximizing your skills and talents.
Yes.
Missouri always seems to have like one really great player. Like even back to Chase Daniel, even back to, whether it was a running back or a tight end or a receiver, like they've always had like a star. And Croatia has Luka Modric, who's their captain for a long time. They got to the World Cup final, and Missouri's not gotten that far. But Missouri did get to an SEC championship game and fall short. They did also get to an Ohio State Sugar Bowl, and I think didn't they win that game? I think they won that, or the Cotton Bowl maybe. Point is they're not good enough to win the whole thing, but they're always good enough to overachieve and kind of punch above their weight. I view Croatia as sort of
a goofy coach as well.
I don't know enough about the Croatian national. I don't know the national team coaches other than Pochettino. That's the only one I know, really. So,
okay,
all right. Croatia is Missouri. What do you think?
Having seen their stadium as well, Croatia, I would have to tend to agree with you here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You've been to the
No, I haven't been there. I've seen I've seen it. I haven't gone to Croatia for vacation yet.
I hear Dubrovnik is spectacular,
especially this time of year. I would have to agree with you that there's a noteworthy name every now and then.
There's always a star,
right? That's what Missouri. I'm getting at. Like at least one, maybe two. Yeah. So I'd like the way you went with that one compared to some of the others. I would agree with you with Missouri.
All right, Mississippi State is Australia.
Oh man,
Australia is a blue collar, passionate fan base. They love their country. It's hard to get to. It's the middle of nowhere, and they're really not going to ever win anything. But they always sort of have this. They look like they're having a great time. They play a blue collar style of the sport. Very passionate fans. They like to drink. I don't know. I feel like that
reminds me more of Starkville than Australia.
That's exactly right.
Not gonna lie.
First
thing I think of when I go to Starkville is, damn, I really want to be in Australia right now.
It takes like 16 hours to get there. No one's there.
Look at this lake. This lake looks like the beaches of Australia.
Why does it smell like weed everywhere?
Here's the Waffle House.
So I got Australia's Mississippi State. You're down with that one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that one.
Here's an interesting one.
Oh, by the way, I have nothing but good things to say about Starkville. I spent Thanksgiving at a local church there, and it was great. Reminded me of Australia.
So right after saying all those negative things, now you have nothing.
But nice things really to say. Negative. It's Starkville. I love Starkville. You just need to whatever. Go ahead.
All right. I think Kentucky is the United States.
Whoa.
Because the United States have no real chance of winning anything. Friday night notwithstanding.
It's the hope that kills you.
But I also think Kentucky, like from a socioeconomic and like culture standpoint, I think Kentucky actually represents more of American culture than any other school or fan base in the conference. They are Southern, they are Midwestern, they have a little north and a little south to them. They've got the bourbon and the horse racing. They've got great basketball and other programs. They are like, they're located kind of in the central of a bunch of different cultures. You can go to West Virginia and see a very different culture than if you come to Nashville, Tennessee, which is like right down the road from Lexington. I don't know. Like, there's something about Kentucky being centrally located and kind of not really being true South or North or Midwest or East. They're kind of a blend of all of it. They're never going to win anything. They're never going to win the championship, which is USA. I doubt we ever have a chance to actually win anything. And when they're good, though, they're generally pretty fun to watch.
Got the whole Commonwealth thing going for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, and maybe that feels disrespectful to USA Soccer, but it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be at all. It's meant to be like
this Will Stein offense.
Well, maybe that's the other thing. Like, Pochettino and Stein are reimagining the offense in a way.
We got rid of Bradley, who is essentially Mark Stoops.
You're talking about Berhalter.
I mean, I'm sorry, Berhalter. Bradley was before. Yes.
Yeah, they got rid of Berhalter. They got rid of Stoops. That's right. Older guy attached to an older version of the product.
Yeah. If we need to kick one of the players off because they do stupid shit, we do it. And we don't let them play in a World Cup game.
And then Pochettino brings them back.
Right. Yeah, we bring them right back. Thank God.
Pochettino's reinventing the offense currently. Will Stein reinventing the offense currently.
Exactly.
I don't know. Picks a fight with South Carolina all the time.
USA's going full spread on the field. We're spacing things out here.
If South Carolina is Mexico and Kentucky is the USA, just constantly fighting with each other.
That's perfect. That's it.
Okay, so you're good with Kentucky being USA.
I'm good. Right. I was going to go with Vanderbilt because they just had that one good year, and then all of a sudden they let me down. But I like Vanderbilt now, so let's see where this goes.
All right, I'll let you pick for Vanderbilt.
No. You go ahead. No.
I've got two. I've got two here, and I want you to pick. So here's my argument.
Okay.
Norway has an elite superstar that has elevated Norwegian soccer to a different level. Now, there's some other good players. Martin Odegaard's a really good player, but Erling Haaland is the best striker in the world. And you could argue that Pavia has elevated Vanderbilt to a place where they've never been before, and that Haaland is trying to do the same thing for Norway. They're also just incredibly wealthy and white, which maybe doesn't fit Vanderbilt. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Here's the other one. We
have a Norwegian cruise line. Nashville has the General Jackson.
Damn, you're reaching. Here's the other one.
Oh, whatever.
Japan is a very sophisticated culture.
Gritty team.
It's a very gritty team, but they are tacticians.
They'll shake their hand on the way out.
But their entire vibe is like, we clean the stadium after we're done. We are respectful of everything that's going on. Like, to me, it fits the Vandy culture of like really nerdy, really thoughtful, really careful, really smart, kind of like worldly thinkers. And I think Japan,
they could pop you in the mouth.
And Japan is good enough to tie the Netherlands, right? And they made it into the knockout last time. So I can't decide if it's the one star with Pavia or if it's the sophisticated sort of like worldly thinking culture of Japan. That they're both compliments, in my opinion, to Vanderbilt. So you can pick which one you want to use.
I think it would be Japan, the sophisticated bunch that I know I'll be working for someday type of deal in some form or fashion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going to own something involving my company at one point.
They're going to own all the building companies in this country.
All the building companies and the tire company.
I don't know.
I like where you're going with that. I like where your head's at.
Okay, so Japan is
over the Norwegian cruise line and the General Jackson downtown, but still,
I don't think that works. I mean,
it's kind of the same thing.
There are cruise lines in every country, Trey.
Yeah, but some of them don't meet the standard of the General Jackson.
That's the standard we're setting
in the South. Yeah, I mean, you get like an airboat cruise in Mobile where I'm from. So yeah, for a national.
That's why I'm going to Brazil for a fan boat trip down the river, the Amazon, because
couldn't catch me dead.
Oh, dude, I did
the Amazon. I couldn't get out.
I got a photo of me holding an alligator when I went on a fan boat cruise with a bunch of people in Louisiana and New Orleans. I would go on a fan boat cruise of the Amazon in 2 seconds.
I mean, I've been on fan boat cruises before in Dog River and Mobile. Like, big difference. My ass is not going down the Amazon.
Fair enough. I like that. I do love me. I just love me the swamps of Louisiana, man. I love.
There ain't nothing wrong with the swamps of Louisiana. I grew up in the swamps.
It's not any safer in the swamps of Louisiana than it is in the Amazon. You get eaten in the swamps of Louisiana too.
Right, but I just feel like I have a better chance of getting out of the swamps compared to the Amazon River.
So this means
watch too many movies.
This means that Brazil is going to come close, but not win this year, because that's what I think about Brazil. That's LSU.
Okay.
I think Argentina's time is past. That is Bama. Okay. I think Germany is going to be real good and a tough out, but has no real chance of winning. Oklahoma. I think Morocco is last tournament's darling, and they have a chance to make a run, but probably is not going to be as good this year as they were last time.
Morocco comparison. I'm not going to lie. That one caught me off guard. I like it.
A&M could be the team that finally does it this year, i.e., the English national team, the Three Lions, because I think A&M is going to be very, very good.
Oh, I do too.
Very good.
Just got to win the big game, though.
And really, it's all going to come down to France versus Spain, Texas, and Georgia.
That's exactly right. Yes. Yes. But I mean, you did really well with that. I'm not going to lie. But I got a feeling of, I don't know, maybe what we've seen in the first 5 days of this tournament. There's been some nutty finishes.
I hope that's what we get in the SEC this year. It's going to be great.
I think the SEC is going to be half-assed backwards this year with a lot of teams. But I agree. Oh, man, I was trying to find one thing that I might like disagree with. The Kentucky one, I like the Kentucky one comparison. South Carolina being Mexico really hit. And at the same time, I mean, I think you kind of nailed it a little bit. The Oklahoma reference was good, but
okay, I'm
still kind of hung up a little bit on the A&M England thing, but that's fine.
I just think that I have a strange feeling that they're both going to go further this year than people realize. Like, I think England's going to go further.
I disagree.
Yeah. And I think A&M's going to go further than people realize. And the 60s is the last time they were elite. So
back to the old ways.
Yeah, there you go.
Mike Elko could be one of the best coaches in the SEC this year.
Okay. All right.
That's going to come back to bite me in the ass. I'm not worried about it. It is
all right.
what it is.
All right. Make sure you check out Yazoo Brewing Company. Make sure you check out Tennessee Brew Works. Make sure you check out East Nashville Beer Works. Make sure you check out all those great breweries in town. They're going to have watch parties at East Nashville Beer Works coming up on Friday for the USA match against Australia. Coming up on Friday, we have Kentucky versus Mississippi State in the group stage. All right. Make sure you follow all Trey's work at is it Outkick? Is it Fox Sports? Where do I tell people to go?
Know. Just put Fox and Google. My stuff will pop up.
Just type in Fox Trey Wallace, and you'll get to read all of this.
Pop up. Follow me on social at Trey Wallace. No underscore, just at Trey Wallace. I'm done writing about Brendan Sorsby.
Thank the good Lord.
Now I'm just going to write about Congress for the next 2 days before I disappear for 3 weeks.
You need to have some editor give me a few bucks to write this story for your website, and I'll put Italy and Florida in there real nice. Just let me know.
It's actually not bad idea. I think we're gonna see a few.
I don't work for free, bro. I don't work for free.
You don't work for free. Damn, trust me, I get it,
dude. I did a really long one for my old company. Every Power 5 team at the time. This was like 2012, as a rock and roll band.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
Okay, I got to hear like your top two.
Florida was like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Okay, come on. Alabama was Metallica. I think I had Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath as Auburn.
What?
Allman Brothers was the Arkansas, because they were both completely undone by a motorcycle accident.
Oh my.
Too soon? Too soon?
Lord have mercy, man. It's so good. Well, Bill Belichick can deal with
Elvis Costello, I think, was Missouri.
Gosh.
Pearl Jam was Tennessee, I think. Pearl Jam was Tennessee.
That kind of fits.
Yeah. Oh, I wrote the whole thing out. Long article.
Hits.
Dude, ton of traffic. I still get asked about that by radio hosts interviews every now and then.
You're going to have to send me that, by the way.
Oh, just Google like SEC teams as rock bands, Braden Gall or whatever. So
okay.
I'll send it to you.
That's easy.
Go drink some good local beer. Enjoy the World Cup. We're going to talk about more football on the field next week when we come back. For Trey, I'm Braden. Thanks for hanging out.
Shit out of Starkville this week.
Have a good one.